Okay, this is the Sub Driver 2.0. Sub Driver's been in our kind of offerings for quite a few years, morphing and tweaking from year to year. But the most recent version we're calling the Sub Driver 2.0, and it's basically a small wave high performance surfboard. Consistently developed around our top level surfers in less than stellar conditions. Basically a WQS warrior board that our WCT surfers use if they're kind of stuck in heat or conditions that are subpar. It's a small wave surfboard in the performance realm. Most notably visual is the wide kind of box tail with a noticeable break tip in the outline. Very reminiscent of mid 80s, late 80s kind of boards. And the not so noticeable but equally important and main ingredient is it has a low straight tail rocker, especially down the center with the stringer, but the rail rocker spirals off into a V behind the tail. So the last 3 to 4 inches of the tail has V, which allows us to keep the stringer line really straight and drivey, down the line drive, but the rail rocker can kind of go from a deep concave here to a V here, and it creates a lot of curve under the back foot in this edge, the rail line. Kind of gives you like a little ball bearing to ride on. But when you really push hard, or if you're flatlining, it drives a lot. It's got a pretty normal nose rocker. You know, it's not a super low entry because the tail rocker is so straight and low. So it's kind of a balance between the two. It still has enough nose rocker so that when you put it on a rail, the water hits that curve under the front and it comes around and fits in the wave and it draws the arc based off the entry rocker. The tail rocker being straighter gives you the drive and the speed. I would say the most prominent person in the ongoing development of this board is, and kind of always has been, Kolohe, because he's such a strong rear-footed surfer and probably rides a lower tail rocker than 90% of the world's elite surfers, at least on the world tour. So yeah, this board can get up and go in small surf. It's got a wider entry, kind of a straighter outline through the middle, nice full nose. The hot shots like the full nose for landing airs and backwards. Average surfers benefit from it because it's got a lot more glide, it paddles good, and it's just kind of an easy riding, small wave performance surfboard. Couple last notes, it has a really noticeable and fairly deep double concave. You can see it, you can feel it through the fins, keeps that water flying through there. The rails are forgiving, soft, and yeah, that's about it. Sub Driver 2.0.